need to learn to die before you die. So when the body is ill, do not let the spirit fall ill. The body can fall ill, but you never let the spirit fall ill. So we need to guide our family members to be at ease so that the loved one can die peacefully. So I give you an example or two cases that Master cited. This was a case of a 91-year-old grandmother who led a happy life. She was always an optimistic and contented person with good sense of humor. So she expressed her love for her children by preventing them from worrying about her even when she was ill. So towards the end, she was surrounded by her children and grandchildren. And there was a priest who was there to perform the last sermon. You know what? When she was dying, shortly after the sermon, she woke up and asked for a glass of whiskey and ice. Later, she asked for a cigarette. So when she was done with drinking and smoking, she said goodbye and she just left. So her departure turned to be fun. And the son swore that her mother never drank or smoked in her life. So this is an example of how she went at ease. And what she wanted, well, all her loved ones to be at ease. There was another case of another grandmother, and she died. And the thing is that everybody thought she died. And she woke up during her wake and asked for bitter nuts to chew. You know, in Taiwan, they like to chew bitter nuts, right? They asked bitter nuts to chew. When she finished chewing the bitter nut, she said goodbye, and she died. So these are two fascinating cases of the story. So you want to learn more about what this spoke about living and dying? Have a read of the book. Okay, with that note, I will end my sharing with a contemplation that I've done previously about living and dying. And let me share this, my thoughts with you. Live your life to illuminate in light and love. Light to understand things, loving all others, to brighten the minds of others and make lovelier the hearts. If you have the light in you, you brighten the minds of others, and you have the love within you, you make lovelier the hearts. Whatever you emit, whatever you send out, you will receive. Live the life of practice in the present. Living in the present is dying in the present and birthing in the present at the same time. As you learn to live, you should learn to die too. Each moment is therefore living and dying. Living and dying are the duality in the worldly life. This life, the world, is in duality. There's light and darkness. There's gain and loss. So we need to accept there is this duality. That's where on the duality that we need to learn how to be in equanimity. So in truth, therefore, there's no dying and birth. There is a lesson of impermanence. Be like a candle burning to emit light to brighten the world, and the fragrance of love for all without exception. Each moment of life in practice is a moment of death of ignorance and a moment of birth in experiential learning as a human being. Okay, Kanan brothers and sisters, thank you so much. That's the end of my sharing. You're muted, Sister Sherilyn.
Wonderful sharing, Brother Chin. Really is a deep, very deep and very thorough understanding of the books you can share tonight. So I'm sure it leaves us a lot of contemplations. Yes, and I sincerely hope that this book gives us some insight of Master Cheng teaching about our life and death, through it, I'm sure Master Cheng Yan's always hope us we can expel some superstitions about lying and living and dying. And also, she also want to bring us a lot of clarity to our confusions, our confusions about life, living, and life and death, so that once we understand it, we can free ourselves from afflictions and fears regarding the natural course of life. So yeah, I'm sure a lot of people find it very, very useful, this book. Please, this book can be purchased in our Jingsi bookshop. Our Jingsi bookshops, I think they come in Chinese, yeah. So, and next, please, for those who like to ask some questions from Brother Chin, can stay back and ask. Let me introduce you the next 2 weeks. We have Rachel Ang bring us another wonderful book, but this will be in Chinese. It's called 种在星月下的种子. It's a book about refugees. I think it's another wonderful book by Rachel. So please tune in 2 weeks' time. Yeah. And 感恩 everybody for listening tonight for our 智慧花开, Blossom of Wisdom. And please stay back for our Q&A. Please, all the brothers, sisters. I'm sure a lot of you would like to ask some questions. Thank you. Yeah. So we can stop sharing live now. So anyone, any questions to ask Brother Chin? Brother Chin, do you have any life experience to share?
Okay. The first time I encountered that first time was, I was maybe about 7 or 8 years old. One of my classmates died of appendicitis. And I still remember, and that's why I remember until today, the school teacher brought us to the home to pay our respect to our classmate. And the first time I saw a dead body. And after that, I